Hi everybody, what's up? I am Lady Stars of Fire. My real name is Michelle Espinosa. This is part 2 of the weekly healing messages, the astrology for July 30th through August 5th. Wow. That's all I can say. It really is wow. There's just so much going on in the astrology, and let's start off by remembering next week is the Lion's Gate. Okay, last week was the eclipse, so we're heading towards a new moon with the Lion's Gate. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. As long as you're starting to understand these energies. This is put up or shut up, point blank. That's what this is coming down to. You've got double illumination coming in, which means those darks have to come up and get the hell out of your life. This is what I mean by double illumination. Ceres, the system, Ceres star system, is lending its extra energy ahead of time. It started last week. It will be all this week. It will be next week during the Lion's Gate and the week after. Normally we don't feel that illuminating energy quite as much as we are right now. However, Spirit is telling me that is what's going on. This is why it's such a high revving energy right now. Also, I will give you that you want to go back for part 1 because you want to know what's up with Zion from Hebrew, because that's what I'm being given, and you want to make sure to understand I'm being given a lot more stuff. What are you feeding yourself? Your diet, your mind, body, and spirit. What in the world are you feeding yourself? Because that should be a question for you this week. Also, do not forget that we have Mercury in retrograde. And when things are in retrograde, especially in creativity with Leo and that extra sexy energy that comes with that Leo and communication and it brings drama as well. I mean, this Mercury retrograde is all about redoing, relearning, refiguring out, revisiting, redirecting. But this is not a redo when it comes to relationships. People are coming back into your life for a reason. Remember, this is a transformational time, and it is all about learning what did not work in the past. If they're popping up, they're popping up because they're sending them to you as a message to help one another out about what it is that you're both doing wrong so that you can figure out how to fix it and go right. That doesn't mean you're supposed to do it together, okay? I could be wrong, but 90% of the time, it's not a redo when it comes to relationships. Okay, with that being said, you also have, like I said, Mercury in retrograde. You've got Mars in retrograde, Saturn in retrograde, Pluto in retrograde, Neptune in retrograde. But let's not forget, it's not just 5 in retrograde. You also have Chiron in retrograde, and you also have Vesta in retrograde. So technically, you got 7, baby. Retrograde shenanigans all over the place. Inner viewing, inner conversations, inner confusion, and inner figuring out what you need to do. Point blank. Okay. The biggest thing you have in challenge this week, challenges, is the moon is questioning Pluto. Death, decay, and destruction, or rebirth, renewal, and change. Meaning, I can't put this in a better way of what is really going on. You either put up or shut up. It's either, no more, I can't pretend that I didn't see that because I got my hands over my eyes. That shit's not going to fly anymore. You know what's good for you. You know what isn't. And suck it up and do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to put yourself first. That's what the lion is trying to tell you. You got to love yourself, because how the hell are you going to love anything else and be any good to anybody else if you don't? The king of the jungle come home in time to say, what the hell happened here? Let me fix it. Basically, double illumination. All right, the moon, your emotions, your inner depths, is questioning Pluto. It is also questioning Saturn, rules, walls, and boundaries. All about what it is you need to know to make those changes. That's why these questions are coming in. And that universal 10th house. So it's talking about those goals that you have out there as well as your careers. This is the outer world that is in question. You also have the North Node in Leo, Pallas, and the Sun. And that universal 5th house is squaring Jupiter. So Jupiter is the abundance. It's the abundance magnet. It's the higher knowledge magnet. And it's not getting along with the Sun and the North Node. But the North Node has to be the one that's right here. Because the North Node tells you what you have to learn in order to move forward. And it's with the Sun and Pallas. Athena, the warrior goddess of strategy, strategic thinking. Jupiter is trying to tell you from Scorpio what it is you don't want to hear, what you're trying to turn into manifestation of, I don't want to know about it, I'm going to try to continue to live the same bullshit life and tell myself the same story, blah, 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 blah. That's basically what you're getting from Jupiter right now. And he's going to punch you with it because he wants you to learn. He wants you to learn. He wants you to move forward and get the proper abundance. Don't follow yourself down the bullshit story of what you know already is not good for you. You don't want to recreate in a bad area, especially within those relationships. And what those relationships are responsible for. Point blank. Now, you have positive energies. You have a T-square with Mars and Lilith, Aquarius and Capricorn. Those two are talking to Uranus and the North Node, Pallas, Sun, and Leo. So, independence, individuality, uniqueness, freedom, self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. Speaking with your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, your inner passion, action, aggression, and fire. And Lilith's, you're not going to make me do a damn thing I don't want to do, energy, coming all the way back around to that North Node. But you got to remember, the Sun and Pallas is really close to it. So it's the North Node is trying to push these energies forward. Use that Mars to move you in the right direction for what it is independently you want. Self-worth wise you want, self-value you want, along with what it is you need to know in order to move forward. Mars is going to be touching on those energies, and so is Lilith. But these negative energies come together into a T-square that can give you the and power to go forward. If you go forward, like I said, put up or shut up, my love. Then you also have Saturn in retrograde, speaking to Chiron in retrograde, speaking to Venus in Virgo. This is going to be the lie detector all the way. Point blank. It's the lie detector of everything you need. Point blank. I don't care how you want to look at it. It may be in Virgo, but that's what I see her as. She's the one who wants to do everything the right way. She's going to be anal retentive about it. She's also picky about your diet. She's picky about your health, as well as, you know, those rules, walls, and boundaries, why they are or aren't working. And Chiron's the wounded healer. This is soulfully, healthfully, in a healthful way, and soulfully, both trying to move you in a proper direction. Listen to these energies as they come in. You have Neptune and Jupiter trining each other. This can bring magical creation of magic in such a positive way for you, as long as you've been being positive and you're listening and you're not recreating bullshit. Point blank, only you know if you're recreating bullshit and walking down a path that already was bad. Okay, Venus and Mars is also in a trine this week, as well as Venus is in that trine with Pluto, too. So you've got Venus trining Mars and Pluto. Technically, Venus trining Mars and Pluto. So Venus is giving you your sensitivity, but it's also giving you the caressing way of being able to finesse that passion, that action, that aggression, and that fire to move forward. And Pluto's, they're just, all Pluto ever wants to do is make change. Pluto just wants to kick down the door and start something new. And that's what this whole energy is about. It's time to start over. Now you have Leo and the North Node. Pallas and the Sun is also trining Chiron. This couldn't be a healthier energy, as long as you're not letting those few challenges really stump the shit out of you. Like I said, the Sun, extra illumination, Pallas with strategic thinking, and you've got the North Node saying what you absolutely have to learn, speaking to the wounded healer, the gatekeeper of your wholeness. Listen to what your soul is telling you. Not what your mind wants to think, but what your soul is telling you. And you also have Uranus trining Saturn. Your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom for your rules, walls, and bounds. And you've got all kinds of sextiles talking to Pluto. Transformation, baby. You got the balls. Go for it. Put up or shut up. I love you.